Hello, my name is Frankie and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be trying out the new Aqua Beauty products by e.l.f. Alright, so the first product I want to talk about is the e.l.f. Primer Mist. It's meant to be used as it says it can be used as both a primer and also a setting spray. And I used it as both. I primed my face with it and I set my face with it, and it has the most powerful spray I have ever encountered. It just comes out like a stream of just straight water. I'm sure you could see that. It was like a line, and every time I use it, like, I'm sure it's captured in the camera, like all the water particles are just everywhere. It's very overwhelming. It's incredibly powerful. As far as setting the makeup, it does feel like natural skin. I do have a little bit of transfer. It might just be the highlight, but it's incredibly powerful, but it does feel nice. It feels nice on the skin, and it is cooling, and it feels really nice. And I did notice, because I've been using this for a little while, that my skin is a bit more, it looks a bit more like hydrated using this, but I would not use this as a primer alone. As a primer alone, it's not very good. It's good if you want like a little bit of a hydrating boost throughout the day, but I would not use this as a primer all on its own. Or to set the makeup, because after wearing it for a long time, I noticed I got oily around my T-zone, which normally doesn't happen if I use a different setting spray, but with this one I did get oily after a few hours, but as like a hydrating mist, it's very good. Right, the next product I want to talk about is this e.l.f. Blush and Contour Duo. I've got the color 57038 Bronzed Pink Beige. There's other numbers and letters on the back of this thing, but I don't think they have much meaning. Anyways, I really like it. The mirror is huge, which is always a plus. The formula for these things is bizarre, because it's like a cushion, except it's not a cushion. At least I don't believe it's a cushion. But when you touch it, it feels like a cushion product, but there's no cushion. It's really, really weird. But I really like this. I do enjoy it a lot. I think that it gives a nice little natural bronze and blush. It is best applied with the fingertips, I've noticed. Using a brush, it just kind of smokes it out to oblivion, or it's too concentrated, or it's too concentrated in like a big area. Maybe if you used like a more precise brush or a sponge, it would be better, but with your fingers, I found, is the best way to apply it, because then you can just put it in the area you want, blend it out how you need it to, just tap it out, because it blends out very nicely with the fingers. Like with the blush, it just smooths out really nicely. It has a very natural looking color and finish. Right, next thing I want to talk about is this Molten Liquid Eyeshadow by e.l.f. Naturally by e.l.f. But it is in the color Rose Gold. Now this, I at first liked it, but it proved incredibly difficult to use. It's incredibly thin. The formula is so thin, it's like almost like water, except slightly thicker than water, because if you apply it on your hand, it doesn't exactly drip, but there is like a little dollop, you see, that's a bit darker where you first apply it, and so you have to blend that out, but when you touch it with anything, it just goes away. Like, I tried blending it out with my fingers and patting it down, but it just disappeared completely, and it was just a big old patchy mess because of how thin it is. And then if you go with any other like powder eyeshadows around or near it, it just whisks it away, it just disappears into oblivion. And so you have to apply it on afterwards, but then afterwards it has that very sharp line, which would be good if you're doing a cut crease, but also not, because this goes away very quickly. Like if I blink a couple of times like throughout the day, which is going to happen, it's going to disappear. It does not have very good staying power. And you may be able to use a eyeshadow primer underneath this. I tried it once and it did not apply on top. This did not apply on top of the eyeshadow primer very well. It was chunky, it was blotchy, and it did not like spread or move around very well. So maybe it was just the eyeshadow primer I was using, but this did not apply very well on top of it. So it was incredibly difficult to even try and get something remotely decent looking. So I'm not a huge fan of this. I first really liked it, but now, not so much. Alright, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the tinted lip wash, or tinted lip gel I think it is. I've got the color Red Orange Wash. This also has a very light and liquid formula. I'm seeing a theme here, maybe because it's all aqua infused. But this, it's a very pretty color. You're not going to get that color on your lips, however, which I expected and did not anticipate because it's just a tint. It's just a gel tint. So it says a wash of color on your lips, which it is. It is a very gentle, natural flush of color on the lips. It almost looks like your lips but better color. But my issue with this is it is also a bit blotchy. Like, I'm sure you can see this side here is a bit more pigmented than this side here. Now, you can go over it again and again and again, but it's just blotchy and the ends are always... I'm not a huge fan of this lip tint. It's too thin and too blotchy to get like a really nice color. If it was more evenly pigmented, then I think it would be better, but because it's so thin and it goes away if you try and blend it out too much, then there's no point in there being a lip tint. And that's all for my review and demo on the Aqua Beauty range by e.l.f. I hope you found it a little bit helpful and insightful, and I'll see you guys next time. Have fun out there! Yay!